Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go through some under 23 players to maybe kickstart your under 23 journey within Sorare. So we're going to kick things off with Emre Bilgin or Fatih. Seems like a half decent goalkeeper. He's been put in over Deturo at the moment, who I believe was dropped through injury. I'll show you that in a minute. Has done well in his last 3 games. Obviously 3 AA gets Konyaspor away from home. I don't think it's too much to be scared about. But apart from that, two games away, at home against Adana and Trabzonspor, I think are really good. 2 clean sheets as well. With 20 AA, by the way, my ad against Adana. So obviously very capable of saving shots. Within regards to play sharper for this particular weekend, they do play Sivasspor away. Butchered it, I get it. 80% chance, as I said, with a 20% chance to 0. Why I bring this player up, and he's a little bit of a risk, and he is only at £11.60 as opposed to other goalkeepers are more on the £20-30 mark for especially under 23 player. The play sharper expert believes right here, yes, I guess Bilgin is the new number 1 as he performed very well. If Bilgin starts this game, then he's 100% first goalkeeper now. Needs away, in my opinion, Bilgin will play. So you heard from the probably going to be a fan of Fatih, but in regards to that, then you're getting an under 23 player who is doing really well recently and really cheap for £11.60 as well. So I think he's going to start because of that on the pure basis of what the expert had said also. And the fact that you've got under 23 utility till July 1st, 2028, which is what 5.5 years, is crazy. So who knows where he will be. If he does well, he go on to big things. But right now, he's doing well. It's the start of his journey, essentially, as a first-team goalie. Hopefully, he starts for the next game week in game week 4-2-3, as I'm recording this, against Sivasspor. And then Fenerbahce will be a difficult test for him if he is the first-team goalie for that duration. Now, recently, I've just got myself into under 23, so you will see a couple of players in here that I've bought, and obviously I'm recommending to you. If you want to know if I bought them or not, it's just this little section underneath the pricing here. So I do have Panda myself. I thought a lot of people are shying away from his recent results, but he's been playing, as I said, PSV 20, AZ Alkmaar, Go Ahead Eagles. Not the best result, may I say, against Zwolle, but still 10 AA away from home. You know, it's not the best, but it's something. In regards to his next lineups, it was against Heracles, Heerenveen, Vitesse, and Waalwijk and Nek. I've butchered them all, so apologies to any Dutch people out there. But nevertheless, he's got those sort of fixtures coming up, so I believe he's going to have at least maybe 1 or 2 clean sheets within the 4, and I'm hoping some decent AA within the rest of them. So again, that's why I recommend someone like that. He's got under 23 utility till next year, July 2024, which is more than suffice enough, probably like 7-8 months away, whatever it is. £16.21 as well. Again, cheap for an under 23 goalkeeper. Yes, he's not at the best team. Yes, they're not pulling up stumps and they're not doing amazing. They are 14th currently, with a -11 goal difference. But if you're looking for a cheap under 23 goalkeeper, this guy could be it, as well as Emre beforehand. So there are my 2 goalies for you. Now I've got Jesper Darland here, Club Bruges. I think he's centre back or left back. Centre back. Recently just got himself 100 with an assist the other day, which is obviously more than great. Still got 10 AA in a 3-0 loss against Anderlecht, which again is decent. Again, might be decent for like a cap mode. What's his cap? L15 to 52, which is okay, but he's only at £2 for someone at under 23 who's still got, again, same utility in length of time in regards to Panda, or Panda. 8, let's see, about 7 months away. But the Norwegian lad, he's got Club Bruges next, who are not firing on all cylinders, but they're doing all right. Eupen, up the Eupen. Go on, Eupen. I'm a supporter of Eupen. So is Jonesy, so is Ellis. That's on the podcast, so make sure to check that. Cheeky little plug of All Around Sorare if you want to look at the podcast. But yeah, they play our team. Eupen, and then they have some difficult games, a couple of difficult games, and then it starts to get a little bit easier from that point onwards. So yeah, definitely might be worth a little pickup, for £2, getting for £1.50, something like that. You don't know, but he could be somebody who's really good. And just to start, these are obviously players, guys, that you have to do your own research on, your own judge, and make your own judgment on them. I'm just merely stating these players that can potentially help you to kickstart your under 23 team and to get the foot in the door. So now this is another player I was eyeing up. All these people I'm showing to you, obviously I'm eyeing up. I wouldn't show them otherwise if I thought they were rubbish. So he's the centre back again for Cercle Bruges. Again, 21 years of age, has a under 23 utility till July 2027, which again is nuts, 4 years away. But in regards to scoring, as you see, he can score very well when they play well. It looks like he plays left back and centre back, so hopefully he's more of a centre back, but it looks like he's more left back. Only for the pure basis of wing backs, I feel like lose the ball quite a lot. But as you can see, also obviously he has pulled a hamstring at the moment, so he is out for a couple of weeks. Obviously, I think we'll be back after the international break, which is 2 weeks long anyway. Hate international breaks. Let me know if you like that, because I don't like it at all. But yeah, he's back after the international break. I might have to pick him up for only £3. Put an offer in, £2.50, £2, something like that. You can get yourself a good little defender here in a team that I believe are 4th place in the Belgium league. Yeah, correct. In the Belgium league, yeah, 4th place. So again, looks decent. They can play well, Cercle Bruges. So maybe when they have a more favourable matchup, you can use him. Like I said, he should be back in time for Eupen, so against them can do really well. Home at Antwerp or any one of these two, really, you can do really well with him. Don't know what he's like in regards to his home and away form. Home form, as you can see there, he's getting some nice dark greens in there, and away form not as good, but he's still hitting some greens. So again, whatever you guys think, make that judgment, do your own research, and make sure you have a look. Now, I've got Alex Pastor here. Plays for Andorra, PK's team. A little fact for you: PK from obviously Barcelona owns Andorra, or at least a share in it, I believe. I've chosen this guy, so he's obviously had a long stint out, and I think I was believing through injury. Since he's been back, however, through the last 3 months, as you can see here, he's averaging an AA of 23.2. Which is really, really good. And considering they're losing, his AA could go up even higher and do even better if they were to get a clean sheet. An extra 10 points, I believe it is, if they get a clean sheet. So yeah, this guy I think is really solid for the price. Only £1. As you can see here, I own him as well. And he's got some favourable matchups here. Villarreal haven't done very well recently. El Deniz are okay. Again, mid to low table. Burgos will be hard. Huesca will be, a bit better. So yeah, he's got a good couple of lineups. And one thing to notice about La Liga 2, guys, boys and girls, anyway, is that in La Liga 2 they're running over the whole international break as well. So as you can see here, from beforehand it was 4-2-3. Then there'll be no gap here, and then there'll be just 4-2-7. Yeah, because they had a 2-week gap of international break before. So, but he does play, and I believe another team does play an extra game before that, 4-2-4 and 4-2-5. Don't know who it is, you're going to have to look it up, but other than that, that's another benefit of picking up anyone from La Liga 2 at this point in time. So we go to Croatia, and we'll go to Nico Shovik. Again, 22 years of age, has 23 utility till July 1st, 2026. So again, another 3 and a bit years for him. L5 is 75, L15 is 59, which is brilliant. As you can see here from his scoring matrix, if you see in the last, I think it's the last 6 months, yeah, in the last 6 months, so since game week 391 from the start of the season, he's been doing really well. He did really well from Rudez, who are bottom of the table, may I add, so it was obviously a bit easier for them, and at home as well. Stumbled a little bit here, but seems to be picking up some form here, and even hit a 70 here the other day, even though he had an error leading to goal with 36 AA. His AA in total in the last 3 months, 14.5, in the last month, 28. So he is picking up some great form. They do play Zagreb next, so that is going to be, I think, a difficult one, although they are home. So I would swing with them in their favour a little bit more than Zagreb. But apart from that, yeah, he's been on good form at the moment, and well worth the pickup, I think, for £9.90, just under £10 for someone of his. For somebody who's in a team who is literally, I think they're second place at the moment, because I think yeah, Hadjug just literally played the other night, so they have got a game in hand and 3 points in front. But yeah, for a team who is 4 or 5 points in front of Dynamo Zagreb, who are generally the people generally the team that dominates that sort of league, they are doing extremely well. And yeah, as I said, having someone who's in the top 3 for this cheap and who is under 23. Still has quite a lot of the season left to go as well with all the games, so loads of utility left in him. Some good away games coming up, bit difficult of course, but then some nice home games coming up again against Rudez again, where he got the 2 goals and the assist as well. So yeah, well worth the pickup I think, but again, do your own research and have a look. But this is definitely someone I am eyeing up currently. We go to Holland, and I've got Mats Wiefer here, or Wiefer. Plays for Feyenoord, obviously in the Eredivisie. Very dominant team, Feyenoord, currently at the moment 3rd place as a time of recording. They do play AZ Alkmaar next, so it's going to be a difficult game, but they are at home. He also seems to be getting some stints within the national team, which is the Netherlands, or Holland, and he's doing quite decently at that at the moment. Where are they? So yeah, he came on from a sub against France, and then came on against or played full time, or played basically nearly a full game against Greece. So he's getting some game time, it looks like, in the national team. Yes, it's not the best score, but at least he's being looked at, of course. As you can see here from his scorings here, nice dark greens all over the place, as you can see here. Within the last probably 6 months is where he's not hitting as high as what he was this last season or the season before, but nevertheless he is doing well so far this season. Of course can do better, and I believe he's going to do better, especially just at age 23, another year or 7 months worth of utility in him as well. So £8.36 I think is a solid pickup. But yeah, that is going to be Mats Wiefer. I think, yeah, solid player against Ireland and Gibraltar next as well. And obviously also you've got that UEFA Champions League utility in him as well, another midweek utility. So an extra benefit to somebody so young. We've got next Mateusz Galaza, a Genk midfielder, centre midfielder. He seems to be playing really well at the moment in regards to when he actually does start. Played a bit of a stinker here against Gent, but they are a difficult team and one of the top teams in the league. But when he does play, and he does play the mediocre to lower end teams, or maybe even just slightly above, he does do really well. Some decent AAs, you can see here, 15, 19, 22, 20, 22. And again, so when you see like his AA, in the last 6 months is 12, in the last 3 months is 14.5, and the last month is 18.3. So obviously he seems to be picking it up and picking up some sort of good AA game. He's got some sub appearances. The sub appearances tend to meet if he plays a game before. I think it's the Europa Conference League they're in, or it could be the Europa League, I don't know which one it is. But if it's the Europa Conference League or the Europa League and he plays in it, he tends to come off the bench the next game. So you can sort of make that of what you will. But yeah, again, nevertheless, it doesn't take anything away from him. He seems to be a good player. Came on for 57 minutes the other day even. Yeah, again, not the best to score, but 14.7 AA as well. So he's getting some good, decent, positive AA. Only time he's actually got something negative was when he played 14 minutes, was 1.5 AA. And against Gent, like I said before, with the stinker, 8.7. But yeah, it seems to be a good little pick. Again, midweek utility. There you go. Europa Conference League is what they are in. Got some good fixtures. May I add also, it's got a nice home game there. It does get difficult when it comes to Gent again, but then they play Eupen and they're home to Karaki. Again in the Europa Conference League. But why I add the Europa Conference League as well is because that's again some midweek utility if and when he actually gets chosen. But you have to be careful with that. Do your own research and make sure you use things like Play Sharper, etc. to see if he's actually within the lineup. But yeah, I think solid shout for £3.41, under 23 of course, at 21 years of age, with a contract till June 30th, 2026, and a under 23 utility till July 2026. So again, another 3 and a bit years that you can have of this particular player. Now we're in Spain. We're going to Sporting Gijon. Yeah, somebody I actually really rate at the moment. He's doing really well. He's in good form, as you can see here with the L5 of 68, L15 of 51. So he could be usable in cap modes if you were to, have an under 23U team and then just use him on the times of when he's got a more favourable fixture. As you can see here, he had a DNP the other day against Villarreal, and that's believed, from what I found out, is that he is on loan from Villarreal's first team in La Liga, but it works the same as that he can't play his parent club, which is also Villarreal B team, second team in La Liga Smart Bank. So that's the reason why he had the random DNP. So it's not something to worry about. Again, but even if he came off the bench, still scoring here. He's doing really well. He's a pivotal figure right now within Sporting Gijon. Within regards to the standings for those guys, it's not here, it's here. So you've got Sporting Gijon at second place, and they do play Amorebieta. Butchered it again, but they're playing at home against them as well. So obviously this particular game week is solid to pick someone like that up. I might have to go pick him up just before the game week closes, I don't know. But again, having someone like that who's in a very dominant team at the moment, who has only lost 3 games within the 14, I think is really solid. Really solid shout for anybody, I think. So yeah, I would be looking to pick him up. I think the pricing was around £5. So again, I think that's something solid. Wouldn't read into this all too much. Like I said, do your research on Play Sharper, which I think have them at 60-70% for, again, this particular game week. So, but it has some good games coming up. Playing a team again near the bottom end of the table. Eldeniz at home as well is good. Cartagena are bottom of the league at the moment. Levante aren't. They're picking up form, but again, they're not too good away. Ligan is going to be difficult. They are top of the table, but it should be a good little battle between the two to hopefully make out to be who's first and who's second in the league for that particular moment in time. So this is solid, and again, because he's Spanish, not nationality, but within sport, a Spanish club, he's also game week 4-2-3, 4-2-5, and then 4-2-7. So yeah, no midweek utility, but he is across the international break, so that's extra reason why to pick someone like this up, and under 23 till July 1st 2026, which is again brilliant news for any one of us. So yes, have a look, guys. Now we're going to France, and we've got Amine El Ouazani. Yeah, got this particular player because he was in red form at the start of the season. Game week 395, you can see here goal and assist. A couple games later with decent AA, may I add, even with it not being the best of results. 2 assists the next game, 1 goal the next game, another 2 goals, another assist. Had a little stint here, 3 games where he didn't play particularly well, had some minus AA, but again scored, and then again a couple games later scored again. I think he's going to be someone who's going to be very vital. I'm not going to even bother pronouncing that club's name, but he's going to be very vital to someone like this. But they are currently, in regards to standings, they are 6th place. But again, something is almost like an Aston Villa sort of equivalent, Brighton equivalent, in regards to obviously where they are on the table and maybe as a team, I don't know. But yeah, +7 goal difference as well. Goals scored, they scored 20 goals, which is their second. Yeah, basically like 3rd best in the league, I think, tied 3rd best in the league. So again, it's really good. Only conceding 13, which again, 13 and 13 isn't the worst in the world. It's not the best, of course. You want negative to games played, but in regards to maybe them as a team, it's not bad. As you can see here, top goal scorer is Elassi, and again, in top assists as well. So he's obviously someone who's pivotal to how they work, how they play. They maybe move their attacking movement around him. So, which is why, again, I've picked up someone like him. He hasn't got a floor price as of right now, but he is averaging, as you can see here in the last 3, 7, 14 days, about that 8 to 10 pound mark, I'll say, is a safe bet. So again, I think someone well worth the pickup. You're under 23 utility till July 2026 as well, so another 2 and a bit, 3 years, which is brilliant as well. 22 years of age, and I just think he's just full of potential. If he's doing something like this at 22, who knows what he's doing another year, 2, 3 from now. So he could be doing even better numbers, or could be elsewhere. So yeah, these are players obviously you can get within your under 23 teams. Start building that. I've only just started building that, hence the video. I'm getting really intrigued and trying to learn the best I possibly can to all these under 23 players, and the best cheap ones may add as well, rather than paying over the odds for somebody in the Premier League or somebody in Ligue 1 or whatever it is. These are players for you guys to sink your teeth into and have a little dabble at playing under 23s. And just, yeah, I would probably recommend you keep swapping players every now and again, putting them some in the academy, using some in your cap 240 team. So that's how I would recommend you would do it, lads. Now we're going to finish it on Indrit Tuki. He's Albanian striker playing for Lokomotiva Zagreb in the Croatian league. They are on the lower end of the table, I believe. I think they're something like 8th, 7th. Yeah, 7th place, which is on the back end or lower end, obviously, of the table, with a very small league. Nevertheless, he is pulling out some stupid numbers at the moment since the start of this season. From game week 391, as you can see here, was sort of just feeling his way back into the league, and then he's just sort of scoring for fun. And I think he's only missed 2 games in regards to not scoring when he's been on the good run of form. So again, he has some favourable matchups again at home to Slaven, Rudez away, Istra at home. He's got some good favourable little fixtures coming up into play. So under 23 till July 1st, 2025 also, and obviously at 23 years of age, at £6.79 for a forward. I think either way, this team, I think why he's so low is people feel like he might be relegated with Lokomotiva Zagreb, but if he keeps pulling these numbers, then there's no reason why another team within the HNL league, the Croatian league, would not snap him up. So again, I think he's a good long-term option as well. And for, as I said, for just under £7 for a forward under 23 goal scorer like this. Yes, he doesn't pull up trumps, he doesn't get 80s, 100s, 80s, 90s, 100s, but he is scoring and he is doing what he's meant to be doing as a striker and scoring goals and playmaking. So that will be my last pick for you guys right there. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out the X channel, as you can see here. Always point the wrong way, at Capital Sorare. And if you don't know already, I co-host a podcast, a Sorare podcast, footballing podcast, live podcast with both Sorare, Jonesy and Ellis. We have run that just recently, so as you can see on the screen here, at All Around Sorare, so make sure to check that out and make sure to subscribe to that particular channel. As you can see here, obviously we're also on Spotify as well, so if you just want a nice, easy, chilled out listen with a couple of jokes every now and again, challenges for one another and to you viewers as well, give us a listen and go subscribe to the channel. But that is everything guys, thanks so much, bye.